Welcome to Living Your Path. I am Cecile Ferry, a coach and astrologer. I'm here to guide you on how to live and work in alignment with your true self so you can find fulfillment and serenity. Hello, my beautiful people. I hope that you're well and you're having a good week. This is your coaching corner update for the week. And today I thought we will talk about emotional management. It's not spoken about enough, and my gut feel is this, and what I'm going to talk about today is going to be more and more relevant and spoken about over the next few years. I want to talk about our nervous system. And yes, my 2 cents is gut health and nervous system management, emotional management will become really big topics over the next few years. But as a coach, I can see that as much as the coaching approach is very effective and really delivers results, it also helps, whether you are in coaching or just in your general life, that you do implement a really good practice to keep your emotional balance and to keep your nervous system at a neutral position. Because especially since COVID, our nervous systems have been so bombarded and continue to be with life. Like life has accelerated. We have technology. We have lots of factors that make our nervous system be more prone to be activated throughout the day and more prone to be dysregulated. Life is just tougher, I think. Work, it takes longer hours. We are more stressed. So it's like the load on our nervous system is so much bigger than what it can normally take. And the truth is a lot of us are feeling that. To be honest, I think everyone is in that boat, but not everyone knows. So that's why I want to raise that in here, because the nervous system, your nervous system is key in how you're going through your days and the results that you're going to have. People don't tell you that. They tell you, buy this book, take this pill, do this, do that, go to the gym, lose weight, and you'll be happy. Well, there are a lot of tools and techniques that helps, but if the foundation is not there, which is your nervous system and how you manage your emotional state on a daily basis, I'm sorry to say, but those things are not going to stick. They're not going to work. So I want to focus about the nervous system today and talk about a practice and maybe simply just raise awareness for you so that you can start noticing, because I would nearly say the more our nervous system is activated regularly all the time, sort of chronically, the less aware we are of it, because it's normal. Because that is just an automatic programming and how we run our lives. So first of all, no shame here. No one, I don't want anyone to feel bad. So many people, if not everyone really, is feeling that. But you may be feeling it more due to your circumstances. So first, let me talk about what are the things that dysregulate your nervous system. That could be a long list, but anything from interruptions, even just notifications, it's a stimulus that comes from outside that kind of, sometimes startles you. Also noise pollution, being in big crowds, that really affects your nervous system. Having people having reactions around you, especially strong ones, or kids' tantrums or adult tantrums, all of them. Emotion from negative news, like opening your inbox, reading an email from your boss, all of those emotions being fear, panic, stress, worry, anxiety. This is life. It happens every day. But I find that this happens more and more often to us because we are bombarded and we don't have enough boundaries where we are not being reached, or when we are able to just be in nature and calm down, because that is when the nervous system feels the best. But in our daily lives, we are bombarded. And some of us have even added on complexities that make your nervous system very vulnerable because you have to give so much. It could be you are under financial hardship, you are in a very high pressure job, you've got no help, you may have parenting challenges, kids that are particularly difficult to raise. So you just take into account your own life circumstances. And the thing is, we cope. Everybody copes. And women are really, really good at coping. And they're really, really good at being resilient and carrying on because they know everything relies on them. But I'm here to say, take 5 minutes to think about how is your nervous system today and tomorrow and the next day and overall. And the thing is, with what we've got on, a lot of us are going through our days in fight or flight mode. And we don't even realize it, but that's what our body does. It does it automatically, which is a wonder of nature. But what that means is our adrenaline, our cortisol are being pumped throughout the day, and they're not coming down at the right time of the day for us to wind down. So the thing is, when we activate it, normally it should come down. It should go back to neutral. But what's often happening is we don't have time to shake it off like a giraffe will do. That's what it does. But we just have to keep going because then we have to race to the next thing. And then we have another spike with something else and something else. And we go through the day and then we get to nighttime and that's when we collapse like an hour before bed and we scroll on our phones because we want relief. We want to unwind, and that is the end of the stress response. But that doesn't work if you've noticed because by then it's been too long and you are still pretty high up and it's difficult for you to switch off your phone and to go to bed. Am I resonating here? I'm definitely one of them too. That's why I'm sharing here because I've been looking into that lately and I really want to suggest that you implement a practice to regulate your nervous system during the day as opposed to wait for nighttime. And some of you, it may be that you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about your problems and the likes, because this is like a body mechanism. You can't just shut it down. You can't be like, no, I've been stressed and I stop it. Like the stress response is there and won't come back up or it will keep you awake. Like you have to close the loop. There's a really good book on that called Burnout. I'll put the link in the show notes that really explains the physiological response better than I do because I'm not professional in that. But I'm here to share with you tools to make your daily life more enjoyable, more balanced, and your quality of life to be better. So, how to do this? Well, you have to see what can work for you, but I doubt that you have time to go into nature a couple of times a day, like to calm down and walk. It would be very nice, but the reality is nobody really has time for that. But if you can, go for a stroll at lunchtime, in the middle of your afternoon before you pick up the kids. Nature is very good to balance your nervous system. Otherwise, just simply catch some breaks during the day. So you leave some time for your body to restore and catch up and close that loop. Basically, you need to empty yourself out. It's like an emotional flush out of your system. So you definitely have to build those breaks. Put them on your phone and just like twice a day and in 10 minutes. And if you can, lie down. Close your eyes so you have no stimulus and just breathe. That is all you need to do. So do it maybe once or twice, or in particular when you have a very strong emotion, something really happens, you will feel activated. Like help the stress response by giving it some air and some rest. Another thing that you can do if you don't have time throughout the day, don't wait until nighttime. Go and do it before dinner time. So do it after your work day is finished and before you get into doing dinner and everything and go on with your evening. So that you reach a state of neutrality then, not trying to get it at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And again, the best way I found that works, at least I try for myself, is to go and lie down. And, once you shut the laptop and you just kind of evacuate the stress of the day, 10 minutes is all it takes. And just lie down and listen to your body. And you can sort of really tune in with where you're feeling tension. I am getting really good at that. Some days I feel tension in my forehead because I've just concentrated and worked so much. Others, it's in my shoulders. Sometimes it's in my chest because I'm worrying about some people. Sometimes it's in my back. And just tune in. This is natural. And these are practices that we have abandoned because of the modern lifestyle that we live. And going to the gym is great, but what you need is the 10-minute relaxation after exercise, because some exercise will keep you in fight-flight, right? You still need to complete the loop. So that was my message for you today as a coach. Really important to watch your nervous system and how it is fluctuating during the day, and just have these regular, what I call hygiene moments. It's like flossing your teeth daily. You gotta flush out the stress that has accumulated. And if you can do it a couple of times a day, even better. And you know what? Try it. And that is how you will see what impact it's having currently on your days. And you're just pushing through because that's what, everybody does. But I'm saying to you, stop it. Take some breaks and just catch your breath right there. And maybe now is the best time for you to do that, just before you take on the next thing. You end this podcast, you relax in your chair or you lie down where you are, 5-10 minutes, you breathe, and then you're ready to go again. So I hope this helped. Thank you for listening. If you liked it, please share this episode with a friend and give me a rating so more people can find the Coaching Corner update. And I will speak to you next week. Bye, everyone.